Joining me now, former Miami Beach mayor and Democrat Philip Levine. Philip, welcome. It's great to see you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Given what we saw in the midterm elections, how Ron DeSantis won and the margin that he won by, you know not only registered Republicans were voting for him, but what we are calling DeSantis Democrats voted. People that live in Florida saw him handle the pandemic, saw him handle the state at a time when other states were basically scrambling and just very confused about how to do things, driving people away. And they said, I'm not really a Republican, but I don't care about the overall party ideology. I'm voting for you, Governor Ron DeSantis. You did a good job.
I think that definitely happened. I mean, listen, we just saw the weather report. I almost believe that the weather is on the side of Florida and the Republicans right now, because this is the issue. The issue is so goes Florida, so goes the country. Florida's pro-business. Florida has rules and regulations. Florida is pro-police, pro-enforcement. These are things that are paramount. They're most important. You know, unfortunately, what we found in the Democratic Party of Florida is they don't know their customer. And I think in any operation of business where you're trying to sell a product, you need to know your customer. Governor DeSantis has done very well knowing his customer, and his customers are Democrats and the Republicans. What it reminds me of? It reminds me of Ronald Reagan. We had a Ron from California. It looks like we may have a Ron from Florida, and I think the Democrats need to wake up. I'm a Democrat. We need to have a strong Democratic Party, especially in Florida, because Florida shows the country what direction we're going in.
Part of the problem overall, I think, in the country is that the Republicans have gone too far right, and the Democrats, including this administration, have gone way too far left. That's not what most people bargained for. Generally speaking, most of the people that I speak to say, you know, I don't care whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, just meet me in the middle somewhere.
No question about it. I call myself the radical centrist because I believe centrism is the way to go. But you know what will happen, I think, with Ron DeSantis right now, as it happened with the other Ron from California, that Ron Reagan was very rightist at the time. Of course, when you move into a presidential election, you have a larger customer base, you move to the center.
Yeah.
And I think that Ron DeSantis
like Bill Clinton successfully did.
Well, think about the Democrats right now. We had McGovern, we had Dukakis, we had, a very left-wing. Then we had Jimmy Carter. And I kind of look at today like Jimmy Carter years.
Yeah.
And then we had Morning in America with Ron Reagan. And I think the Democrats need to wake up to that. They need to be able to attract the center. We got to stay away from going too far left.
Miami, of course, drew a lot of New Yorkers over, and that was a county that turned red, and that Miami-Dade, and that was really significant. So do you think this is sort of setting us up for what we're going to see in 2024? Do you think DeSantis is going to run for president, capitalize on the success that he's had and the momentum as well, and that, Miami in some ways has become the new Ohio in forecasting what could happen?
There's no question. I think Miami is the new New York because, of course, I'm in New York right now. Can't wait to get back to Florida. Hope I can with the weather. I meet more and more New Yorkers that are going to Miami. I mean, clearly the former mayor here, de Blasio, was the greatest thing that ever happened to Florida and Miami because he advertised, why would you want to be in New York?
Yeah.
People wanted to flee to Miami. I really believe that Miami is the way. Miami is pro-business. Miami is pro-rights. Miami is a place where law enforcement is implemented. People feel safe. Yeah. And I think that's what America wants. And
they can also prosper financially,
no
too.
No question about it. Think about the pro-business, lack of regulation. That's what Florida is. So the big question is this. In 2024, if people have that question, do you want to be California or do you want to be Florida? I can tell you right now, America will say, we want to be Florida. And Democrats need to wake up to that message.
We shall see. There's a lot of good stuff going on down there. Philip, great to see you. Thank you so much for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Thank you.